I think I'll call this part one of me attempting to create the ceramic floor tiles for our bathroom renovation, because what else could I possibly be doing with my spare time? I've been saving sort of like mosaic style or Victorian era tiles for quite some time on my Pinterest, but I am going to attempt to do something similar to this and keeping it slightly more on the simple side. I recently discovered a couple of other creators who are restoring their old home as well, and they made their own handmade tile, and it just turned out so beautiful. So it was a big inspiration for me to just finally tackle this project. I've added their account name down below so you guys can go check them out. Most of you don't know this, but I am a potter. Really just a hobbyist, but I do have access to all the tools I need to do this project, so why not? I decided to make the larger squares 4x4 and the smaller ones 2x2s. So I was using a shrinkage ruler, so that way I would know what size I need to make my templates, because when you want a certain size in pottery, you have to remember that the clay shrinks. So I do have to make the tiles slightly bigger initially, and they will shrink in the kiln. I'm just using some poster board to create these test tiles. Eventually, I think I'll want to get some material that lasts longer to do this. But this works for now. Just trying to get a few tiles down and see how it goes. Using RStudio's slab roller, I just rolled out this small slab and used a rubber rib to compress the clay. This also gets rid of that canvas texture that you get on the clay from when you roll out the slab. Like I said, I've never made tiles before, so from a little bit of research, I know that some people have plaster molds that they like to use for making tiles. There's also cookie cutters. I'm just gonna cut out my shapes and just pull away any of that extra clay. I'll have to find a more efficient way to do this, since the plan is to make a whole lot of tiles, and also I need to find a way to not move my clay so much while it's still wet, because I just want to try to prevent all of these pieces from warping. Anytime you have a slab and you have flat clay pieces, it's a little hard to get them not to warp. So the less you handle them or bend them like I am doing, once the better. Had my samples all cut out, I found those long boards that were the perfect size to just lay all my tiles on and then stack them on top of each other. I want to create some way to ensure that they dry as flat as possible, and once they're all stacked, I also wrap them in plastic and just give it a few days. I don't want to rush the drying process. And that's it for now. I'll let them get bone dry and they'll go into their first firing, which we call the bisque firing. I'm really happy with the patterns. And when they come out of the kiln, I'll show you guys some glaze options that will hopefully look good with this wallpaper.